Good morning. Look at this. Snow. Oh, actually ice. Oh my gosh, there's ice everywhere. But this view is beautiful. Got to stop by McDonald's and get that coffee. Okay, I got my coffee. You know, it took 15 minutes of standing in there for that coffee. And it's not even nearly as busy as the Harlan one. Went in here at the BP to get Red Bull. Of course, they didn't have the blue, so I had to get the pink. Okay, now I'm ready. Well, I walk in and it looks like we're ready for Christmas. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's cute. And I see more pictures have been hung. Nice, very nice. And did I ever show you guys the bathroom? Well, let's see. Yep. So usually American Roots is on, and that's usually what's, you know, playing when I get here. But today it's not American Roots. It's like an interview.
What is it about Maze and Frankie Beverly that I'm telling you?
So hopefully we won't have any. Oh,
black person.
I need to fix my stuff here. But hopefully we won't have any technical glitches. And hopefully everything will go smoothly. I'm a little early, which surprised me because I had to wait 15 minutes for that coffee. So, yeah. I don't know if I ever showed you this or not, but this is a lot of records. And there are a lot more. It's just there's no, and there's a lot of CDs too. There's a lot more. There's just, they haven't been unpacked. And, yeah. I can't remember if I ever showed you the sticker covered refrigerator here. Yes, stickers are welcome. Okay, so this is new, so I have to inspect this, especially Kentucky there. Oh, I already see it. Derbytown. Okay, and it's got Do you know how long it has been since I've seen a VHS? It's like, wow. And for those of you youngins out there who don't know what a VHS is, well, okay. I'll show you. That's a VHS. And it plays, you put it in a player, which they don't make anymore, VHS player, VCR, and you play it, hit play. And unlike a DVD, you have to rewind this. So you have to hit the rewind button and run all that tape back. before you can watch it again. So yeah, VHS. Gosh, it's been a long time since I've seen one of those. And back here, and I think Harlan needs one of these everywhere. I think a lot of places need these. Uh-oh, yeah. It's stocked, fully stocked. That's a good thing. So out here is where I step out to have me a cigarette. To have me a little smoke. It's our little cubby hole, I guess is what you would call it. So today on the show, I'm going to be doing a little political. Yeah. Because that needs to get out there. What's going on? If you've watched my other videos, you know what's going on. So, and then after that, I think I'll play some feel-good music. Because, you know, I don't know. I really need to come up with a new intro because this one is like 4 minutes and something long. So I don't know. Good morning. Thank you for joining me, DJ the Rabbit in the Rabbit Hole. And this morning, I thought, why not play some fun songs, some feel-good songs? Because I think that's what we need right now. We need something that's taking our mind away from everything else, such as Hitler that's in the White House. Yeah. So, how about we start with Love Shack by the B-52s. What song could be more fun and more happy? I love the Love Shack. That's such a happy song. Yeah. So why don't we do a quick succession of songs like I like? Let's do Permission to Dance by BTS. I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston. Be Who You Are, Real Magic featuring J.I.D., John Batiste, New Jeans, Camilo, all kinds of people. And Heaven is a Place on Earth by Belinda Carlisle. And if we have time before the break, Twist and Shout by the Beatles. And we're back. I'm trying to play fun songs, feel-good songs. Is it making you feel good? I sure hope so. Especially after all that's went on this week. Had you not heard? Hitler in the White House. Donald Trump, in other words. Called Somalian people garbage. He's called immigrants animals. Now let me ask you, who else in history dehumanized a group of people and told everybody they are the reason for the crime? They're the reason for poverty. They are the reason for all your problems. Who else did that? Oh well, anyway, I'm trying to play these songs, trying to get in a good mood, but you know, it's really hard when we have to deal with this every day. So let's get back to it. Let's hear Material Girl by Madonna, Cotton Eye Joe by Rednecks, I Want Candy, Bow Wow, and then we'll go on from there. From our cousins, the Queer Necks.
Hello, Possum Radio. It's your podcast cousin.
We're the host of Queer Necks, a half-comedy, half-serious podcast about growing up queer in Appalachia. Every Monday, we write up a piece called Bounds of Appalachian Interest, where we dive deeper into a person, place, or thing either from Appalachia or central to life in the region.
We also don't have any real sponsors, so we just make one up every week.
We hope you get a chuckle out of these, and we hope you come and listen to the full episode on Mondays.
We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Overcast, all the usual places.
This week's episode of Queer Next is brought to you by Homebrewed Lye Soap. Soap that'll clean your body, your conscience, and the paint from your walls. Lye Soap is the original Appalachian exfoliant, handmade in a chipped enamel pot by somebody's meemaw who swore by three things: strong coffee, strong opinions, and soap that could take a sinner down to the studs. It's got the texture of a dried biscuit and the attitude of a Pentecostal usher. Good for cleaning anything your mama would check before letting you sit on her good couch. This isn't your fancy lavender and oat milk gel that comes in a pump bottle. No, this is a brick of righteousness. A cleansing experience as pure as the day you were born. You'll come out clean and crying. Homebrew Lye Soap smells faintly of wood smoke, fat back, and a memory you can't quite place but definitely lived through. It's the soap that got generations through barn muck, hog handling, heartbreak, and whatever mystery substance was on your hands after prom night. Rural queers know if Memo hands you that Lye Soap, she wasn't asking what you've been up to, she's just handing you the cure. This soap does not clean, it removes dirt, shame, 2 layers of skin. It is exfoliation by divine intervention. Whether you're scrubbing off some garden grime, glitter from the drag show you accidentally went to, or the emotional residue of being raised within hollering distance of a church, Lye Soap has your back, and your eyebrows, and your fingerprints. We actually never washed with it because we knew how intense it was. We mostly sold it, I think, actually. I don't know what she made it for. We were told it would eat a hole through your skin. Maybe that was just my mom's version, though.
Sounds intense.
It is. And she only made it inside the trailer the one time, and I will never forget that smell.
Right.
Have you ever burnt your nose hairs by accident?
Yes.
That's the memory smell I have of Lye Soap. Of Lye Soap being fixed up in our trailer. It was awful.
That's an awful smell.
Did you bring a noun of Appalachian?
I absolutely did. I went with a fun one this week. All right, y'all. This week's noun of Appalachian interest is something you probably know all too well if you grew up anywhere with more cows than stoplights, the community Facebook group. If you're not in one, bless you. If you are in one, bless you harder. Let me paint a picture. You join initially because you think you're going to get helpful information, maybe the trash schedule, maybe why the fire trucks went by at midnight, innocent things. You stay because the next thing you know, you're trapped in a digital holler run by a retired woman named Linda who moderates like she's guarding the nuclear codes. Inside the groups, the logic does not exist. None. This is where rumor, gospel, and pure Appalachian imagination all share one brain cell. First up, lost pet posts. It's not just my dog got out. No, it's Milo's been missing since Thursday. He's afraid of storms, men in hats, and the color chartreuse. Please laugh softly if you see him. And then there's always someone who comments following like they're waiting for plot updates, as if Milo's running a serialized drama from behind the shed. Then you get the mystery sightings. Somebody posts a grainy night vision picture of a shadow in their yard. Looks like a smudge on a camera lens. Within 20 minutes, the comments identify it as a bear, a coyote, the devil, the mayor, Bigfoot, or Gary from down the road who just walks funny but means well. And then there's the crime updates, which are never actually updates. Does anybody know why the sheriff's at the Dollar General? And that post will have 187 comments, 4 conspiracy theories, 3 accusations, and at least 1 lady insisting that it's aliens. And then there's my favorite thing, the I heard a boom roll call. If you've never experienced this, someone hears one loud noise, and suddenly the comment section turns into a multi-county emergency operations center. People jump in like, yep, nope, I heard it over in Scioto County. Well, I say it's probably a meth lab or a backfiring 4-wheeler, hard to tell from here. And there's always one guy claiming it shook my porch swing like he's reporting live for the Weather Channel. It's the wildest mix of breaking news, gossip, misconnections, public shaming, and Tupperware sales you will ever see. Now, there are a few unspoken rules. Number 1, you never name names, but everybody knows exactly who you mean. Some people who live near the old dairy bar, and you know everybody's picturing the same cousin. Number 2, every argument, no matter how petty, ends with somebody saying, I'm just concerned for the community, which is Appalachian for, I absolutely started this. And number 3, someone always comments prayers, even when the post is about potholes. So here's why it's Appalachian. It's chaotic, nosy, caring in the sideways kind of way, and nobody ever turns off the notifications, even though we all swear we're gonna. The community Facebook group is basically our natural habitat. Half neighborhood watch, half Walmart parking lot, half soap opera. Yes, that's 3 halves, but math doesn't apply in the digital holler. So that's your noun of Appalachian interest this week, the community Facebook group.
That's it for Queer Next this week. We'll see you back here next Saturday. And remember to come and visit with us every Monday.
Okay, now I can't comment on that. I can't, because honestly, that is so the truth about the local Facebook group pages. I mean, there's nothing else left to say about them. Well, let's get back to our fun songs, our feel-good songs, and let's hear it for the boy, Denise Williams. Then Get the Party Started by Pink. Come On Eileen by Dexy's Midnight Runners. Well, I'm doing another quick succession of songs, and I do that a lot because sometimes I have to go to the bathroom. I think I'm gonna have me one more little break. Well, this is the end, the last half hour, so I'm gonna have me a little break to smoke. But the Queer Necks, yes, that podcast, let me tell you, that always makes me laugh. That always gets me in a better mood. So, thank God for the Queer Necks. Because I swear I have been feeling so... Oh, it's bright out here. I have been feeling so depressed, so mad. I mean, just at the way things are in this country right now. And like I said, you know, Trump talking about the Somalian people, it doesn't only affect them, it affects a lot of people. Because, again, I'll say it again, some people are too stupid. Now, I'm not saying everybody, but some people are too stupid to differentiate between Hispanic, Somalian, Asian. They just can't. And I mean, I know this is true because people ask away all the time, you Mexican? You Mexican? And I mean, to hear Way talk, you hear the Asian accent, but I guess they must be deaf or something. But it's always, you Mexican? You Filipino? But yeah, the Queer Necks. The Queer Necks actually today brightened my day, pulled me through. So anyway, it feels like it's warming up a little bit. I might actually be able to get out in nature today and make a video. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.